Hi, and welcome to episode 17 of the Groomer Next Door. I'm your co-host, Chris Green. Sitting next to me, as always, is Sarah.
Hello.
Well, today we're going to cover a couple things. For one, we want to kind of recap episode 16 with Officer Steve Gray. Definitely want to, bring in a few different things of how great that experience was. We really didn't do a lot of the talking, and it was just amazing experience to be able to be there, to see things.
Oh yeah, it's I was starstruck, to be honest with you. Growing up, there's so many kids who live in shattered homes, I guess you can call it, where they're taught to be scared of the police, and when they have a dog with them, to be even more scared of the police. And unfortunately, I do know two little girls that were raised kind of like that. Not so much now, but they were scared of the police. Like, the police were monsters. They were the ones that, came in and disrupted things. And then I know some other people who, friends of friends, I guess you can call them, they came in and took their daddy away. So all these kids grow up thinking that police officers are horrible, especially the ones with the dogs.
Yeah, they're the bad guys. And as I should mention, we are in our not so normal studio. We're actually in Studio Panera tonight instead of MCD. Sadly enough, the little girl is down with another cold. That would be the luxury of McDonald's play area. It's hard, and
we're gonna have to stop taking her there. She just, all those germs and those kids coughing right in her face. It's terrible.
And that's been the biggest problem. And of course, having such a horrible winter, and can't take her to the park like I like to do. Can't do the things that we'd like to do. So that's gonna be a difference for this one. So for Claire, I know you're not listening to it right now. You don't listen to these, but in time, I know you'll listen to these. So feel better. Obviously, when she does listen to these, she'll feel better.
In 10 years.
In 10 years, yeah. Again, this is kind of like a time capsule to what we're trying to do today. All right. Well, I didn't mention these people at the start of the last episode, but Carrie with Animal Love passed the word on Facebook. Folks, if you're on Facebook, just give them a like. They post some great stuff. We also guest post on there as well. And I'm going to talk about them in this episode as well. But PCAWL, and that stands for Phelps County Animal Welfare League. Kim and Glenda, they do a great job. Sorry, I know that there are more members. You two are the only ones that I actually know.
And associate with hand in hand.
Right. I mean, I talk to Kim all the time. So for you guys, thank you for everything. And we'll continue to fight with you guys to try to make a difference. All right. So, Sarah, what's the first topic?
Well, I do want to continue more about Officer Gray and Rocco. Since I was so starstruck, I don't think I got all the questions I really wanted to out. And if I did, they didn't came out, like right now. They're not coming out properly. Sorry, long day at work. I go and book a dog that I didn't realize I booked, and it was a wrecking ball Monday.
Like a wrecking ball. Actually, no, she booked the dog for next week. But she told the owner that it was going to be today. So we walk into work, and we have a big dog.
Golden Retriever, that
yes.
is quite large.
And Craig, who works with us, had said, this dog's not on the books. And I looked at him and I go, well, I know about it. Sarah knows about it. And I mean, it's a head scratcher. So when Sarah finally walks in, she goes, oh, beep. I think I beeped up. So, yeah. That's how our day started.
It was... Oops. So, anywho. It was just an amazing experience being able to, warmly invited into the police station to speak with an officer. And I want my daughter to learn that the police are there to help you. The police are there to make sure everything's okay and nothing's going to arise. a bad situation is not going to come up and, bite you in the bum.
And they're there to protect us. So, we want to teach our daughter that. When she sees a police officer pulling a car over, she's like, uh-oh, they're in trouble. And, sometimes they are. Sometimes they made a small mistake, and sometimes they make a bigger mistake. But we're teaching her the difference between small mistakes and big mistakes. And she is only 5.
True. Well, when Officer Gray took us down into their basement area and showed us the little mini course that they had for training Rocco. Remember, Rocco is a drug-sniffing dog. He's not one of the handler protectors or seeking...
Yeah, that would be Chaos.
Yeah, Chaos. I hope to one day meet Chaos. I hope one day to get his handler to agree to a podcast, because that would be awesome.
Well, I spoke with his handler, and his handler, he's a great guy. Don't get me wrong, his handler is absolutely great, but he's not as comfortable in front of this as, say, Officer
maybe
Gray.
If we work on it, he will.
I will work on that.
This dude's buff. His arms are like the size of my thighs. They're huge.
I'm 6'7.5", folks, 200 pounds, and this guy, he could just drop me in a second.
But he's a handler of Chaos, and Chaos is another German Shepherd that actually helped end the man search for the man who shot and killed someone.
Allegedly shot and killed. We got to be PC about this. Allegedly.
Allegedly shot and killed a gentleman not too far away from our house. Well, the gentleman was caught 3 doors down from us.
Yep. 3 doors and across the street. But he was behind our house for a brief moment.
Trying to go from the creek that's in the back of our house out to the front of the street. The officers... Officers thought he was another officer, since there's so many, since he was just walking nonchalant. But with Chaos there, and being able to pick up his trail... His scent. Chaos is such an amazing asset to the Rolla citizens, just as much as Rocco.
He's a major police officer, and he did make a difference.
Oh yeah, and then all the officers there making sure he didn't get away.
Yep.
Because a dog can only do so much, yes, but he spotted him. Now it's the officer's turn to take care of it, and they jumped right on it, making sure that our street was safe, got that killer, alleged killer off the streets.
And we saw it all. I mean, it was right next to us. We could hear
We were told to go in the house, but there are cracks in windows you can kind of open up a little.
Well, when all of a sudden everything, kind of falls on top of your house, and that's kind of what happened for us. Everything kind of landed on our house at some point, where we had a helicopter just appear out of nowhere. We had police just screeching down the street, and it's like, get in your house. Okay, my dog is trying to go to the bathroom. And you just
She's
kind of
like mid-squat.
Yeah, it's like you're yanking a dog in the house. We'll clean that up later.
And within just a few minutes of being told to get back in the house, we go out to the garage, and I got my ear to the garage door, and all of a sudden I hear, get down, get down. You hear the dog barking and whatnot. And it was over. It was done with. But Chaos was a vital part to the community. And then... the same handler for Chaos had another dog, and his nose helped so much bringing drugs off the street, drug money off the street. It helped pay for their gym and so forth underneath, not from taxpayers' money. It's pretty great.
These guys do absolutely amazing things. These dogs can do so much for our community. They work so well with these officers. They do just a vital part. And for that, we've said it already to Rolla Police Department. We hope that they will institute us in other areas so that we can help out in any faction that they need us in. We're here for them, just like they're there for us.
Most definitely, whatever we can do to help them out, be more than willing to help them. And make sure people understand that these aren't just dogs who work and that's it. They don't have a grueling life. They go home and they play. Yes, they got to train every day to keep sharp. But when they got the squishy, squeezy tennis ball that Officer Gray was bouncing around to him and giving it to him while they're giving us a demo of what they go through on training. I mean, these dogs have a nice life once they get home. Once they're off work.
Well, even when we saw Rocco come in, Rocco had
Almost a smile on
he
his
did.
face.
It was an aura of happiness. He was just such a happy dog. And you know, when you see dogs all day long, you know what a happy dog looks like. And it's not like a happy cow comes from California kind of, you know, line. I mean, I'm being honest here. These dogs, you can tell they're very happy. They're well taken care of. It was an amazing sight.
Yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I really want to talk about this again, is to make sure people know that the dogs are not being abused. There's no neglect, and the dogs are there to make their handler, their partner, their dad, their mom happy.
And you know, this is pretty much, we've never once felt these were things that were going on. We never ever felt that there was ever neglect. It's to pretty much squash all the naysayers out there who love to always, you know, make something out of nothing, and that's pretty much what we're at. It's like we saw it firsthand. You know, if you're gonna protest something that actually matters, and you know, get off it.
Exactly. That's the whole reason why I said that. It's to let those folks who think that it is being neglect, that, you know what, you are wrong in the utmost.
Oh yeah. So, all right, next thing.
Well, when we're talking about different animal shelters, different groups that have helped the animals in the area, I do want to make a special shout out. Now, I do not know this person. Her name is Jill, and I read this on Rolla Animal Shelter. Jill came in and wanted to see how the operations were, and decided to donate a whole tote of cat treats and dog treats to the shelter, so the residents there could have an extra treat and, you know, extra food. Sometimes shelters can be strapped for cash to buy treats. They have food, they got the shelter, they got everything they need to stay happy or to stay healthy. But sometimes a little extra treat can go a long way, especially if they're in a cage or in a kennel or a crate or an outdoor kennel or some sort.
And we all know that, you know, help out your local animal shelter just like you help out other community events. Everything that you can do to help these guys, it's going to help the pets. It's not going, you know, to these people who work there. And just because you think that, well, my tax dollars pay for it, that's enough. No, it's not. You know, do a little bit more. Try a little bit harder.
Yeah, just, you know, a $5 box of treats. You bring it in, yeah, each dog might only get one treat, but think of that awesomeness that dog's going to get when he gets the treat. Heck, take the treats in yourself and ask if you can give it to him. And then you get the self-gratification of bringing in those treats. But Jill, out of the kindness of her own heart, brought this in. And, you know, I just saw that, and how inspiring is that?
Yeah, if anybody knows who this lady is, send us an email at thegroomernextdoor@yahoo.com. Let us know how to get in contact with her. I mean, I'd love to know a little bit more about her so I can mention it in full.
Exactly. Like I said,
length.
We don't know her. This was just something I read off of the local Rolla Animal Shelter's website. But a big thank you to you.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're going to try to do some fundraisers ourselves later on. And we're hoping to help out as much as we can as well.
Yeah, I mean, get involved. Springtime's here, even though we really don't see it yet. But springtime's here. There's got to be something that you can do. Don't be one of those people that say, I'd like to make a difference, but just sit around. Go out there, make a difference.
Yeah, if you find a coupon for dog treats and you don't have a dog, but you still want to give to the shelter, use that coupon. You know, there's always tons of dog coupons or dog food coupons, cat food coupons. Clip some of them, maybe help out a pet, boost their spirits a little bit.
Yeah, that little bit that you're doing is going to make a huge difference.
And it gives more hope to humanity, really.
Yeah. You know, and it all goes down to, you know, I want to say that parents have a little bit more drive to kind of give back, because we're trying to show a little bit more to our kids. But there are a lot of people out there who don't have kids who also want to give something to the community and do something more. All of you, just that's kind of what this podcast is.
Exactly. This is a little off subject, not pets, but showing the community support in a sense. We have a friend, Brent and Stephanie. Their little girl, an amazing little girl, she decided to go and get her hair cut and donated her hair to Locks of Love.
I think that's what it's called. Sounds about right. We might be wrong about
Locks of Love. I think it's Locks of Love. I'm sorry.
I think it is too.
So our daughter Claire saw the picture and asked why the bread cutting machine asked why did Lexi cut her hair, and I explained to her, she cut her hair short so that she can give her hair to other little boys or girls who are sick and they don't have hair anymore, to make a wig out of it. She goes, "That's awesome, Mommy, I want to do that." So now we're growing her hair out so we can get the full 10 inches and to cut it to where, she doesn't look like a little boy, but yet there's enough hair there to go to the Locks of Love. And that was inspired by another little girl, inspired another little girl, and hopefully Claire can learn how to inspire other little girls and other women as she gets older.
And that's what it all comes down to,
So hopefully Jill will inspire others.
Hopefully.
And hopefully we inspire others.
And that's what we're hoping for. I mentioned Kim from PCAWL. I had asked her before we started the show, I said, "Is there anything you want me to mention?" And I had a couple of them, so, definitely we're on the same page. But this is coming from one of the members of PCAWL. She just asks, please, either donate your time or fostering. Give into your shelter some items like we had just mentioned. It is kitten season. Remember, spay and neuter. These are the things that we always mention. Spay and neuter, please, folks. Please spay and neuter.
Exactly.
There's so much that we can do. If you're fortunate enough to have the extra funding, donate X amount of dollars to try to, get out there to these animal shelters. Maybe they can help out. Contact your local vet. See if there's anything that you guys can work out. I personally, I am trying to get in with one of our local vets here. I'm trying to get an interview with that vet. I would love to have a veterinarian be able to come on the show, be able to talk. I am working that out. I'm very persistent, so we will have a veterinarian, whether it's in Rolla or I have to outsource it, which I don't want to do. But I will work my tail off to actually, I tried to put a pun in there. I will work my tail off to get a vet on here so that we'll actually have somebody who can actually give us real medical advice.
Help sponsor a spayed, a neuter cat or dog. Help sponsor shots and so forth. It's actually quite gratifying.
It really is. And if you want to give a donation to PCAWL, they're always looking for donations. These ladies, the two ladies I know, they work tirelessly to get cats spayed, neutered. They're working on so many different things, and please, this is just something to help them out. When we mention everybody involved in this is not some kind of endorsement that we're getting anything from. We literally, I can't talk. We literally are just trying to actually make a difference and help organizations and help the community out. So if you actually want to help out, give some financial resources, if you don't feel like the shelter is something you want to give to, PCAWL is probably the best thing you could give to. And again, that's Phelps County Animal Welfare League. And I'm going to give you their number. It's 573-426-4043. Or you can send them any kind of donation, check, money order, to P.O. Box 1981, Rolla, Missouri 65402. And every little bit will help them out. it will make a difference in their daily activity to try to make a difference for the animals.
Most definitely. I think that pretty much covers our part about rescues.
Well,
and
I
helping
had
out.
one last thing on that.
Okay.
If you actually go to the Phelps County Animal Welfare League's Facebook page and like it, you also will notice that they do post a lot of things on dogs. There are 2 dogs that were found.
Right.
One was found on the 29th. It was, well, if you
St.
look,
James.
yeah, one
No,
was in
one's in
St.
St.
James. One was definitely in St. James on County Road 1000. I don't see where the other one was found, but definitely, go on their page. Maybe you actually will recognize these dogs. Maybe they're your dogs. But please take a look at their page. These guys are always, trying to help out. They find these animals wandering, and they foster them until their owner looks them up, or
And and for those who do not live in the area, contact your local shelter. Go to their Facebook. Go to other organizations like PCAWL in your area. You never know. Someone might post a picture of your pet that you lost.
Right, and remember, these are your loved ones. I mean, you would do the same thing if it was your child. A lot of people rely on their animals because of illness, for a lot of reasons. Maybe their spouse passed away, and that's the last thing that they have to remember them by. So these are a lot of reasons to want to get involved. Animals have such a deep impact, and they create roots that a lot of people don't realize. So definitely,
Definitely look at it and see. There's always steps to take trying to find your pet.
right. And we've mentioned Roxy before in a few episodes. One of the reasons why Roxy was such a big deal to us was Sarah's dad. That was his favorite dog. And Roxy's well treated. It's not like Roxy doesn't get treated like a princess as it is.
Oh gosh.
But
She takes up more of the bed than we do.
she does. And it's okay. She walks around, has the Akita to kind of snub her nose at, knows that she's pretty alpha in that house too.
The Kita moves aside so Roxy can get on the couch.
That is true. Actually, we have a pretty big couch, and Roxy's the only... Well, no, that's not true. I was going to say the only dog that gets on the couch, but of course, the Chihuahua has found her way on there.
Just call her Belle. It's a
I
Chihuahua.
know. I am feeling so Damascus. Yeah.
Honestly, I've never had a dog under 70 pounds.
I've never had an animal under 10 pounds, it seems like. I mean, the cats weigh more. I mean,
Those cats are fat.
Our cats are well taken care of. I mean, all the animals in our house, they do have a nice life. And it's funny, I told this to Sarah today. I go, I don't know what Belle's life was like before us, but now she gets a bath all the time. She's nice and clean.
Yeah, not too much. See,
Yeah,
when we do bathe her more than what we need to, we also use a conditioner to help hydrate the skin.
Well, she actually needed a bath this time. She was starting to smell.
Well,
So-
when they're little dogs, people want to play with them. People want to rub their face around them. People want to snuggle them.
Claire,
And then hands get everywhere, and
oils from hands.
exactly, and then it stink, and they have to get washed.
And she's in the bed with us, because of course.
But she's in our face in the bed.
Yeah, that too. Well, actually, with me, she kind of curls up to my stomach or chest. But just an odd situation. So, maybe we are way over the dog loving, animal loving, but it's worth it.
But when you have a fight on the bed on who gets the bed, the cats or the dog,
Well, the cats have actually, they withdrew their claim to the bed already.
sometimes.
I haven't seen the cats on the bed.
No, because they snuggle up to me.
Oh, good. Well,
They
at
bother
least-
me.
Oh, then that's better. It's when when the Akita's on the bed, and then all of a sudden you feel Roxy on the bed. That's when it gets to be a little crowded.
And then you got a 5-year-old in your bed.
Yeah.
And then, anywho, so.
So, anyways, again with PCAWL, they're so worth the time to look into. They're definitely worth the effort. Mm-hmm. And I realize that not everybody lives here in Phelps County. You guys live in some places. I know one of you lives in Texas. I love hearing from you guys. You guys are always amazing to hear from whenever you guys send messages and emails. So continue those up. But anyways, do you have anything, whatever?
Yeah. You know what's something that chaps my hide?
Ah, yeah. Grinds your gears?
It grinds my gears. I saw something earlier this week that
would have been last week, actually, because it's Monday.
Oh, yeah.
So it would have been like Thursday or Friday.
Groomer, it just blends together. Every once in a while, I'll find something that bothers me that owners do. There's quite a bit, but I kind of keep to myself. But this one, I about jumped out of my moving car to stop. We're driving down, what was that? Bishop.
63?
Yeah. We're driving down Bishop. And
I've never learned these streets.
to the right of me, here comes this Mercedes. No.
It was a Lexus.
Oh, Lexus. And they were going relatively fast, faster than the speed limit. And, Chris and I might be old fuddy-duddies, actually follow the limits.
Well,
we just don't
okay.
want a big fat ticket.
And it's not just that. When I'm driving, even when Sarah's driving, we have our daughter in the car. We've grown to that parental kind of driving where it's the speed limit or a little bit below just because you can react with a little bit more
Efficiency.
Thank you.
So, Chris is driving. I look over to my right, and my heart just dropped. This woman had her dog sitting on her standing.
Yeah, it was
Partly
standing.
on her, partly on her door, with the window rolled all the way down. The dog was like a long-haired Chihuahua.
I thought it was like a Shih Tzu, maybe not a Shih Tzu.
I don't know. All I know is about the size of a Chihuahua. It wasn't very big, and the dog was standing on the door with more than half its body out the window. The lady decides to make a quick right turn. And that dog lunged straight forward. Folks, it's never a good idea to drive with your dog on your lap. I don't care how close you are to your dog, how much you love your dog, how good your dog is. It is not safe to drive with your dog on your lap.
And we can name off a dozen reasons right now, but we're just going to leave it at it's not smart, it's not safe.
The dog can go flying out the window. I mean, honestly, how would you feel if one wrong slip of that dog's foot fell and there goes your dog underneath your car or underneath another owner?
Well, that car had to be traveling at 40 miles an hour minimum. Because it's 35 right there. It had to be going at least 40, and in that sharp turn,
that dog lost its footing.
Yeah,
I literally wanted to get out of my moving car to go save that dog. I mean, that
remember last time we went out to Springfield, right for our anniversary, we were driving out to Springfield. Here's the story of a lifetime right here. There's a truck. Now, if I would have been able to get the license plate, I would have sent it to the highway patrol, but unfortunately he had no plates on his vehicle. Coinky dinky, I guess. He has, I forget what kind of dog it was.
It was an Australian Shepherd.
Was it? Okay.
No, Border Collie. Excuse me. Black and white Border Collie.
Okay, even in my head it was brown. So see, even my recollection was a little off. But anyway, here's this dog on one of those toolboxes.
On the back of a bed of a truck.
Not enclosed, completely wide open, and he's standing on this toolbox on the highway. Now, if you've ever,
mind you, toolboxes are slick.
Yep.
Yes, they have the diamond plate.
I don't know if his did. Did it?
Most all toolboxes do.
Okay.
So the only grip was diamond plate. Now I guarantee you, the way that guy had the dog up there, he doesn't get groomed often. So the pads probably had a ton of hair, which adds even more slickness to the top of that toolbox. And I was so mad, I was almost in tears.
Oh, it was bad. And here's this dog. Now, we can name off a few reasons why it's unsafe, but
this is what we saw.
But we saw this, and we're just in awe. Now, I don't care if you're only going one stop down. Please don't do something like this. ridiculous. I mean,
the dog wasn't just sitting.
no, he was tap dancing for his life.
The dog was swaying back and forth. He was getting up and walking, sitting, getting up, walking, sitting. And one turn, that dog could slide right off that toolbox.
Well, it's not even that. Think about the debris hitting his face.
So, exactly. But when he's up there on the toolbox and he's pacing back and forth, that's a sign of nerves. The dog is nervous to be there. It's overexcitement. The dog has an amazing amount of wind coming straight at you because you're on the highway. He's going at least 70 down the highway. And the wind force coming straight out that dog's nose and ears is very unhealthy for the dog.
Yeah.
And to let the dog just run back and forth, you're asking for the dog to get hurt.
Well, it really wasn't running. It was trying to keep balance because that toolbox wasn't that big.
Well, it got up and it moved. It got up and then moved and got up and it moved. So he wasn't in the bed of the truck where it had more stability, and if they slid, it slid into walls. No, there was only wall there was the glass to the cab.
Yeah, anything off of either side, he would have hung himself off the side of the truck.
He didn't have a leash on, so he would have had a better chance of rate of surviving. Because if there's a leash on, it would be drug. So, and then the lady with the dog in the car. Okay, for one, the dog could fall out. Two, the dog could obstruct you from driving properly, and you could kill somebody in an accident. Not only you, could kill your dog, could kill the person you hit, because you don't want to put your dog in a safe spot. And when I mean safe spot, I mean doggy seatbelt, because they do make harnesses that actually snap into where they need to go to keep your dog secure in the back seat. A crate. Get your dog crate trained, where he can hang out in the crate while he's on a drive, especially long drives. There's many different ways to keep a dog safe in a vehicle while driving.
There really is.
Don't let it sit on your lap. Don't let it ride on your toolbox.
Especially not the toolbox. If anything, please do not let a dog ride on a toolbox on the highway.
This might upset you, but this upset me more, guarantee you.
Well, you know what? This is one of those moments that a wrong action, doesn't matter how angry you can get, it was a wrong action taken by that person. There is no way around that. So
that really absolutely made me completely upset, to the point that this happened in February.
Yeah, it was.
The toolbox one was February. The lady with the dog.
I think that was Saturday.
Yeah, I think that was Saturday. I think that was.
We were leaving Panera and we were driving to Walmart. So that sounds right.
All right, but I might see things a little differently. Might be a little more sensitive, but I'm sorry. That is a no-no.
Well, when you're trying to make a difference out there, pointing out these mistakes might actually better enlighten people. And I mean, at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. It's just, here's pieces of advice to better live your life and better care for your pet. So anyways, do you have anything else you want to add?
No, I think I got my my squawking out of the way. I'm trying to find a good word.
And again, this is, big thank you to Officer Gray, Steve Gray of the Rolla Police Department, and his partner Rocco. Thank you very much for everything that you do out there. You guys are real-life superheroes. I said it the other day. And
you can be modest all you want. You're still a hero.
You guys are. And to everybody with the Rolla Police Department, you guys, and every other police department out there, you guys put yourself out there every day. We should give you the same respect that we give the servicemen and women who are overseas and even fighting here. You guys are all fighting for us and our safety, and we appreciate everything that you do for us. So, and again, to PCAWL, Phelps County Animal Welfare League, thank you guys for all that you're doing. You're fighting the fight for animals every day, and we all appreciate what you're doing. And of course, Carrie, I mentioned you at the beginning. You do a great job with your page with Animal Love Pass the Word on Facebook.
And I definitely suggest people going and looking at that website.
Facebook page.
Well, sorry, Facebook page. I'm old school.
Sorry. We're listed in the white pages.
Oh, shush. So, look at their Facebook page. They might have a posting in your area.
Yeah, they're always talking about shelters that some of them are kill shelters, and they're trying to get these pets adopted before they're
Some are
euthanized.
special needs dogs.
And there are. So they do a great job, and they work really hard. And like we said, we do post different times. I try to post at least a couple times a week, a comment or two. So give them some attention. It won't cost you anything. It's just, go on to their page, take a look, like what they're doing, like what PCAWL is doing. It's the least that we can do just to try to help out. And anything else?
I think we're good.
All right. Well, to everybody, thank you for listening. We're almost at 2,500 views already.
Woohoo!
Just about, where are we at? Tomorrow will be the 1st. So tomorrow, actually, April 1st is tomorrow. Happy jokes for everybody. I hope you guys all have a blast on pulling pranks. And tomorrow...
Don't take them too far.
Yeah.
Bad things happen when you take pranks too far.
And remember, guys, tomorrow is our 2-month anniversary from having this podcast. So almost 2,500 in 2 months. Not bad. Let's get us to 10,000 and further.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. And the more we get out there, the better. So, anyway, I'm Chris.
What if we get to 500?
We already went past 500.
Oh, yeah.
She's going... See, this is why at the 36-minute mark, she starts to lose it. So
I'm like a dog. You can only train me for a little bit before I get bored. Just kidding. I'm bored.
I have to go now and take her for a walk, everybody. So I'm Chris Green. It's been a pleasure being able to be here for episode 17. Have a pup-tastic week.
And I'm Sarah Green, making sure everybody knows life is short. Play with your pet.
Bye, everybody.